I'm Rook, and you're watching In the Collection. Hey guys, let's talk about my favorite subject, comic books. This is my 5-drawer lateral filing cabinet, one of two, and I keep everything nice, neat, organized in here. Now, for years, I did the comic book boxes, of course, because everybody has those boxes. We all keep the box, everything's stored nice, neat. Problem is when you're digging through comic book boxes, you've got to take them apart, pull the stacks, lift the lid. This way, with this 5-drawer lateral filing cabinet, everything is right here just at the pull of a drawer. Also, if you notice when I was opening this, I've got this nice little drawer. So this shelf right here, I can pull books out, put them up there. Helps me when I'm organizing things, getting everything back into order. If I've pulled a bunch of books or on new book days, I'm able to go ahead and pull this out, work my way through the drawers, make sure that I keep everything nice, neat. It's all done alphabetically, numerically, so that everything is kept in order. What I did is I actually took my old comic book boxes, cut them up, and slid them in between the rows of books. That way, everything stays nice and neat. Also, one thing about these 5-drawer lateral filing cabinets, I went ahead and took parts of the box and I put them in the back. That way, the books aren't resting on the actual metal frame of the shelf. It gives them a little more cushion. Now, on the top up here, this pulls out so that you're able to get access to everything. Like I said, this is just one of two. I've got another one on the other side of the room. Check it out. So on this side of the room, I've got the other cabinet. Again, pull out top drawer, which works really great because this is where I store a lot of my graphic novels. So you can see all those guys up here. This stack of books is a mixture of books I've pulled recently and things that need to be reorganized back into the cabinet themselves. And let's make sure that they stay up. On this drawer, I actually have down here on the second drawer in a space where I can keep all of my old magazine-sized books. Stuff like Dracula, Eerie, horror comics. You know, these things are bigger than normal comics, so they need a little more space. So fortunately, I was able to accommodate that with this set of drawers down here. Same thing though, I was able to put the pieces in between so that there's space for the books. Now, this isn't an ideal for everybody, let's face it. These kind of cabinets are expensive. They're hard to find, and I just kind of lucked out because I had a local business that was closing and getting rid of some of these cabinets. I was able to get my hands on these, and well, that's how I've had my comic book stored for the last few years. It's an awesome way to do it. One of the things I want to stress when collecting comic books is don't just let them sit somewhere. Don't let them sit flat down. Let them lie in the bottom of a box or, God forbid, a Tupperware. I've actually seen people that do that. They had those storage bins and they just drop their comic books in there. One of the collections I was able to get over the years, somebody had left in a storage container, and I think it sat there for a couple of years. Every single one of the books was bent and destroyed from doing that. So when you're trying to store comic books, make sure you keep them in a place where they're going to stay, for one, dry. Make sure that they're not going to be exposed to the elements, especially water, of course. You don't want that. Now, keep in mind, just because this kind of setup is expensive doesn't mean that this is the right one, okay? There's a lot of really cheap and easy ways to store your comic books. First of all, boxes. Every good comic book shop will sell you boxes, but if you don't want to do boxes, bag and board. You've got to keep things bagged and boarded in order to keep them in good condition, okay? If you ever have a comic book that you think is going to be valuable, definitely find some way to keep that thing safe. Now, I know a popular thing to do these days is to have them slabbed and graded. I personally don't have a single slabbed or graded comic book in my entire collection. It's not to knock that idea. Certainly, it's a great idea, and people make good money getting those done and selling them. For me, once it's slabbed, you can never open it again, and at that point, it's not fun anymore for me. I like to be able to grab a book, reread it at any time. Now, don't get me wrong, there are also books that I have that are completely stored in a way that they'll never get open again because they're something that's of great value. or something of personal sentimental value as well. Now, can I open them at any time? Yes. Will I? No. Simply for the fact that I don't want anything happening to some of my books that I have that either monetary or personal value to. So, how do you keep your books? Are you ridiculous like me? You've gone this far? Or are you just using regular comic book boxes? Just bags and boards? Or are you just stacking them up in a corner somewhere? I'd love to know. Tell me in the comment section below. Also, make sure you check out my podcast, Two Dimension. You can buy one of our cool shirts. You just go to bunchofdorks.com, click on this adorable little guy when you get there. Until next time, collect what you love and love what you collect.